Aloha! That was weak, but if it's your first time to the channel, then you wouldn't know that once a week we upload a beautifully edited cinematic masterpiece here. This video
is uncut.
And in today's Uncut video, I'm with Dave. We are here with Taryn. And last time we did an Uncut at the North Carolina show, we came into their booth and we weren't able to take out the big snake. So we wanted to start here and take out Baby, the big old snake, and just show how cool she is.
Oh, baby, baby. Oh, my God. I'm actually singing that one song.
What song?
From that Canadian girl that goes, baby, baby, baby. Ooh.
Is that a Canadian girl?
I don't
that
know.
Sings that song? I feel like that's Justin Bieber that sings that song. No?
Possibly.
All right,
so here's Baby.
Baby is obviously a big old reticulated python.
This is a big retake. Big, beautiful retake. Big.
And Taryn wisely stuck her hand behind her head just in case she woke up and decided it was hungry time. But now that she's being touched, so her hand basically formed the same purpose as a hook would. And if she woke up and was like, it's hungry time, she would have struck out and away. So, but Baby is just a big baby, as you can see.
That's a big baby.
I guess that's
a big baby.
That's why you call her Baby, because she's just a big baby.
She's just a big baby.
Just a big baby.
Just a big baby.
We're going to pull her out. We're going to hold her and just show how.
Oh,
look
this
at the
whole
entire
rack is falling down. Here. I will hold it up and you get out.
Taryn, do you want me to get her out?
You can. Would you like
Here,
to?
you want to take? Here, why don't you take this real quick? You can narrate what's happening as I do.
I'm just going
Tell me how I mess up.
I'm just going to tickle her.
Last time we gave them keys to the kingdom, you
Oh,
guys saw
yeah.
what that looked like.
Oh my God. Brian, are you in need of assistance? Nope. For I am standing here very entertained by what you're doing. Oh my God. You know, when you see the snake inside the enclosure, you don't realize how big this snake is, but this snake is Mondo. All right, and wrapping around the water dish. There you go. All right, you got it?
As most snakes do, especially ones that are As most snakes do, especially ones that are semi-arboreal, she was using that prehensile tail to hold onto her water dish as a safety blanket. So if in case like I'm a doofus when I'm pulling her out and accidentally drop her, she's like, at least I'm holding on to something. And so I wanted to unhook that so that she didn't pull her water dish out and totally spill water all over these.
But you are drenched. Is this the shirt you're wearing on the plane in an hour?
Oh yeah, we're in a little bit of a rush. I've got to be on a plane very soon.
And you don't have time to change your clothes.
I don't.
Do you?
So if she pees on me, the person sitting next to me on the plane is going to be in a big trouble.
Yeah. All right. So
she's a big gentle giant. And
yeah.
Help me out, Dave.
Hey, wait.
Oh, come on, Dave.
Well, let her come this way, and then she can go that way.
Okay. That wasn't the move I was going to do, but...
Well, it seemed like... All right, this snake now belongs to...
See, what I would have done is this. Here, take that.
All right, hang on. But see, now he's caught over here. She is caught over here, and now you're doing exactly what I would have done. And I could be down there helping you, but watching you do this is so much more fun and entertaining. And... you know, you'll get more views by oh, look at that. Wait, we gotta do the, hang on a second. Brian, this might be too much snake for you. Why do I have 2 ice cream cones? Here, take an ice cream cone.
I've got a snake.
Oh, well, I'm about to have a snake. Come here, sweetheart. Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll take 2 ice cream cones.
All right, take an ice cream cone.
All right, now we both
All
have
right,
ice
so
cream cones.
this is the way to hold a retic.
Is it?
Yes.
You know what I actually like to do is I like to get all the weight wrapped around my hips like it's a hiking backpack, and all loaded here instead of on the neck.
Well, I like doing it on the neck because this is like condensing my spine in a very painful way.
Here's what I don't want to shame you publicly or whatever.
No,
but
shame me.
Here's what I, in my opinion, would do differently, which is have one part of the snake, not both sides of your neck.
Correct, because if she swings over, she could cut off one of my windpipes. And yeah, so this is actually the proper way to hold a snake.
And then let the other side come down underneath here.
Exactly.
Whatever. That because even without trying, like just trying to hold on and just use
What
a
are you
tree.
doing down there?
cut off both sides of your neck could choke you out without even trying.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even need to constrict. I mean, she is
Right.
just one big muscle, and she is now crawling away.
All right. Well, let's let her go back in because we've got to run across the entire show.
Oh, yeah.
Before the show is over.
So Brian
Or before
has
I
to
have
catch a
leave.
plane in literally an hour, and I don't. I have 3 hours. So yeah, we're just gonna let her crawl back in, and we're gonna blast through this entire expo in 5 minutes.
5 minutes? I think we need at least 15.
Okay, so fine. 15 plus 5 minutes.
That's a big giant snake, though.
Yeah.
There's a big giant, beautiful, gentle snake. There's nothing really quite like a big, beautiful, gentle snake because
Yeah, take your time there, baby. We got all the time in the world for you to crawl back in there.
that is one thing I do love to do with snakes is just take your time, letting them put themselves away. You can pet them and give them a little encouragement. I don't like to just shove them in an enclosure, though. I like them to be like, this is kind of where I'd like to be, and I'm going to go in here of my own accord. And
But what is, like what I was saying before, this snake does not look as big as it did outside of this enclosure.
true, it looked like a ball python, and then we opened it up, and it was like, wait a
You
minute.
really don't get a feel for how big this snake is until she's out and about. And there we go.
Bye, Tail. See ya.
See ya, baby.
Thanks for hanging out, baby. Theron, thank you for holding the camera and for helping us out. Appreciate it.
Went from snake handler to cameraman.
Camera woman, cameraman, whatever.
Camera person.
Thanks again.
I haven't
Appreciate
even
it.
seen half the cool stuff in here,
See,
but we
she
just
has a
simply
bunch
do
of people
not
waiting
have
to come
time to
in
do
and-
that.
So now she can have
We
her
now
folks come
need
in.
to leave. Hey, did you see this in the Lodicus down here?
Dave, come on, it's time to go.
Oh, I want to see the monitor.
All right. Usually
Did you?
we would spend
Oh,
probably
cool.
the rest of the day
Cool,
in
cool.
there.
All right.
But that is what we did last
Moving on.
time. So yeah, we're moving on. We got to get across this entire expo and see the entire thing in 15 minutes. Which
15 minutes. That's all we get. 15 minutes.
there's a dog over there getting pretty excited. You hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. Sounds like a dog. All right, so
Wasn't there something you wanted to see on the way across the expo?
yeah, but I don't remember where it is.
I'm pretty sure it was
This way?
an iguana.
Oh yeah.
Lori's iguana.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see that too because it looked big. It was out already. It was gentle. It's getting attacked by a dog. There
All right,
it
let's
is.
go see. There's a lot of dogs at this here expo.
Hello, best
Right
friend.
here. Come back here. This iguana right here is the most gentle, beautiful, wonderful iguana. This is Nene.
Hi, Nene.
I mean, look at this. This is a Lewisii Cuban hybrid. You can tell because I knew that beforehand. That's how you can tell that it's a hybrid. But look at this. Look at this. What a good little girl you are.
Dave,
What a good
do you
little
think
girl.
do you think that she could teach you how to Nene?
No. But what is Nene like a dance? Is that a dance? Is that like from that Canadian girl?
I'm pretty sure it was one of the Canadian girl's relatives.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So yeah, Nene. Beautiful, beautiful iguana. Look at those red eyes.
That is really nice.
That is really nice.
Super beautiful.
Super beautiful.
chill. Just
Super chill.
hanging out. All right,
Hanging
let's
out.
go. Hi, Lori.
A heads up on that
You're
one.
welcome. You're welcome.
You like my girl?
Yeah, she's pretty beautiful.
You're pretty beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
But
Ooh.
Dave is just as beautiful.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Good save.
Thank you. See you later.
All right, we're moving on.
Let's take a look at some of the cool stuff. Kid-injured reptiles. There'll be an interview with them on Redline Report coming up soon. Alluring Remains, Taylor over here. There'll be an interview with her coming up on Redline Report very soon. Epic Style, Chris. He's an awesome dude. Everybody loves Chris because he's just awesome, right?
There's nobody that doesn't love Chris, and if there is somebody, I don't want to know him.
That's fair. That's
All right.
fair.
So,
Palingenesia. For God so loved the world that he gave his one only son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. For God did not send his son into the world to condemn the world, but in order that the world might be saved through him. Beautiful. All right, let's go find Exotics Unlimited.
oh wait, did we see the Colodis?
Ooh, I'd love to see Clodies.
So look at these guys. This one over here was really displaying his nice red head.
It looks like he's displaying his ability to hide.
Well, they do hide. Oh, he doesn't have his red head out.
Oh, but he's
Oh,
there
look at
he
that.
is.
I willed him to come out just like that.
Will you also Dave? Yourself
So
to will?
these are Colodis. These are, think about these like the anoles of Southeast Asia. These guys are everywhere, like anoles are here. And there's all different sorts of Colodis all over Southeast Asia. There are some that are like blue, and they're actually called blue Colodis.
Imagine that.
That's because they're blue. But these guys are also known as as bloodsuckers in India, because if you look at this picture here, you can see that the males will have these really vibrant red heads, but
And it turns red because of all the blood sucking.
That's exactly it. So it's not permanent, as we can see with this male over here. They can go from green, and then when they get aroused, they get red heads. That wasn't suggestive or anything.
Dave, stop being a child.
That's like telling these to stop being Colodis.
Look at these, Dave.
But look at this one over here.
Well, look at this over here.
Oh, look at this over here.
Oh, he's doing yoga.
Yeah. That is why these are so amazingly awesome.
Because they do yoga?
Well, they do Colodis.
Oh, is that like Pilates mixed with the scientific name? Is that what you're saying?
Sure. Let's just run with that.
He's doing Pilates?
Yeah. Pilates.
Colodius Pilates?
Colodis Pilates. That's right. All right, so
Ooh, I almost accidentally hit record and stopped this uncut video. That was
dun,
crazy.
dun, dun. You know that if you press stop on an uncut video, I think the nukes launch or something.
What's going on, guys?
Trenton.
Check out these garter snakes.
Trenton, tell us about these garter snakes.
So these are eastern garter snakes, and they're actually het for, it's a rare T-positive albino gene. There's very, very few visuals in the world. So we're offering these guys. We had a good sized litter from a friend of mine, and we're offering these out. And right now I'm just cleaning cups because garter snakes love to eat and they love to poop. So that's a normal thing we have to deal with at shows.
This is another cool garter snake.
Ooh, that is a cool garter snake.
Lake Cruzio,
Lake Quizio.
which is a lake not in the United States.
Not in the United States?
No.
Yeah, so if you want to, I'll pull her out and I can tell you about her.
Yeah, that'd be great.
About it?
Pull her.
He's going to pull her out. He's going to tell us about her.
This is
Whip
the
out that
lake-
snake and tell us about her.
This is the Lake Quizio garter snake. The scientific name is Thamnophis equus quizioensis. There's a chain of volcanic lakes in Mexico, and each lake has its own subspecies of these guys. This is the hypermelanistic subspecies. They're born with a little bit of pattern as they age. It kind of disappears. This one actually kept a lot of her color. Most of them, when they're this size, they're jet black.
I was going to say that there's a lot of color left in her.
Yeah, she has a lot. Yeah, she's a pure Quizio, and both of her parents are jet black. But occasionally you'll have babies that have a lot of pattern. So yeah, like I'll put her back and I'll show you. This is actually her brother in this other cup, and you can see this is a really black version of these guys. So this is more typical to like what they'll look like. And this is a 2024 baby. So yeah, they're jet black, and they have, you can see their belly is like a blue color, and then they have a white tail. And so what's cool is they'll raft and float on the surface, and they'll dangle their white tail down and wiggle it until a fish comes to eat it, and then they'll grab that fish and swallow it whole.
And that is called a caudal lure.
Yep.
Cajule. Cadawl. Is it cajule or cadawl? Cajule or cadawl? Cadawl? Is it C-A-U-D-A-L?
Let's go with that.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Just in case you're wondering how to spell it and you want to learn new things, we're going to pop over here to Will. So that Will and Trenton are cousins, and they both together run Exotics Unlimited, which is really awesome. They're both super passionate about what they do, have been doing it for a long, long time, and are just loving to educate people about everything that it is they do, which is a lot, right? It's pretty diverse.
Yeah, we do so much. I mean, that's why we wanted to go with Exotics Unlimited. You know, we knew we love so many things, and we didn't want to be cornered to any specific like animal groups. So, but yeah, we work with monitors, so many geckos, so many cool gecko species like pseudo geckos, and we just saw some Pachydactylus ringi, which are the ones that glow under UV light. So, yeah, just a bunch of cool stuff.
If I forced you to pick just one spider here that is big enough to show up on this really wide angle lens and is just really cool, which one would it be?
So
Like for instance, like a rose hair tarantula, or maybe like a curly hair tarantula, something really rare like that.
This guy.
yeah, I mean we have some tarantulas that have some color already. If you guys want to check this out, I can
Yeah,
grab
something
one.
big. It's just the lens is so wide, and if it's a
Okay.
really small one, nobody will be able to see it.
I mean, would that be big enough? Would this little guy be big enough?
What? Is
I mean, it's
there
got
anything
color
in
on
there?
it. Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, there he is.
I mean,
That's something a little bit bigger.
I mean, if you happen to have something a little bit bigger than
go
that,
around
it
and
might be a little. That,
Yeah,
that was
that was a fluff ball, is what that was.
a piece of pocket lint.
That was an 8-legged pocket lint spider.
That was smaller than any monetary unit I've ever
That's right.
had.
Now, Brian, before he shows us what he's going to show us, do you know how to tell the difference between male and female spiders?
Yeah, don't you just like do what it is you're about to say?
Yeah. Female spiders have 8 legs.
Gosh, Dave. Man,
Is that right?
It's a good thing that nobody comes
I mean,
to.
argue with me. That's actually correct.
So yeah, I mean, technically that is correct. Also, technically, male spiders have the same amount of legs. So.
Oh, so what I said was the Fox News version of the truth.
Wow, Dave. Oh man, you never fail to disappoint. So why don't you tell us about this, Will?
So this is Pamphobedia Santo Domingo small. So it's from South America. They're going to get about 8 inches. But the cool thing is most Pamphobedia species don't really have much color at all, or they might have the iconic, what we call a Christmas tree, but I'll pull one of those so you guys can compare. But these guys have a bluish hue to them as babies, which is unique. Most of the time you see that in a Phormictopus species, which is a different genus of like Caribbean South American giant. We call them South American giants, but Caribbean's not technically in South America, but we just kind of group them all together because basically they're terrestrial, big, colorful spiders.
Those are cool. Those are really cool.
It showed up pretty well for. It's not a huge spider. I mean, you know, obviously, but I was glad people are actually able to see it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now, let me ask you a serious question. So his little butt there, is that color, or is that because he's been eradicating hairs?
That looks like some kicking going on.
So that is most likely from shipping. So sometimes in shipping, their hair will actually just rub off on the paper towel.
Ah,
So
okay.
that-
Because I was going to say he's pretty small to be shooting some hairs.
Yeah, so they do have the hair. They do have the hair at this size, and they can flick them as one of their primary defenses. But a small animal like this is not going to stand its ground as much. It's
That's
going to
what I'm
run.
saying.
Yeah, it's
Right,
going to run away
exactly.
a lot more than trying to stand its ground. But yeah, this one it just happened to be shipped to us. So sometimes you'll get that rubbing on the paper towel.
And I'm sure that
vial.
shipping is a little less expensive without that heavy hair, because they don't weigh as much, and therefore
Right.
they don't charge as much for
Exactly.
shipping.
That's
right?
They're,
Am I
they're
correct?
totally taking us to an account, trying to help us out.
Yeah.
Save us on
Right,
shipping
right,
bill.
right,
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Yeah.
So you can get bare naked spiders for a lot cheaper shipping.
And on that note, I have to go catch a plane. Goodness gracious. Speaking of shipping things and weight, I've got 240 pounds of equipment. I've got to load into a vehicle and hike into the check-in terminal. And I really appreciate you guys.
the Colodis are fired up.
The
You gotta
Colodis
look,
just fired
we
up.
got to end it with the fired up Colodis.
We got to end it with a fired up Colodis. All right. We're
Oh,
gonna do it.
look at the one on the end there.
All right. It's the one that we first looked at that wasn't fired up at all. Oh, my gosh.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. They fire up like that. That is super cool. And that is why they are called bloodsuckers, because it looks like now he has been sucking, what do you call it? Blood.
Hemoglobin?
Hemoglobin. Sangria. Blood, blah. I've been sucking the blood, blah.
What did you say, Dave?
Nothing.
All right. Well, hey, thank you guys for watching. I'm glad that we were able to show you the fired up and fired down version of the same video, uncut video. Dave,
That is fortuitous.
It's always a pleasure doing these with you.
Always
I hope
a
that we
pleasure
do
doing
them
this with me, yes.
Until the end of time, whoever's time it is. And go check out the links in the description for one of Dave's 7 channels if you haven't already.
Well,
And-
I'm kind of down to 2 now.
Oh, he's down to 2. Okay, well, 2 channels. Much easier to follow.
Maybe I'll do 7. I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah, you guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you on the next video.
Run along.
Aloha. I like that too. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.